Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor Camp here in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. The Lord willing, it can be edifying. And this is going to be the Watchman Report. All right. As of yesterday, they kept the government funded and open. All right. But there was another important deadline. And that was the continuation of student loan repayments. All right. So for the last 3 years, they've been on pause. So people that have had these student loans, they haven't had to pay them, and they haven't collected interest, I don't believe. I got a couple articles, and I have this video I'm going to play. And, pretty much why this is important is because, this is going to have a trickle effect on the economy, From the average person, they might not understand that, they might not see it. And actually, they were betting on Biden to, pretty much forgive a lot of people's student loan debt, just showing you how, how entitled these people are. But, you people played the game and you thought, basically you bought into the system, okay? Because mainly here in America, and really in this Western society, they sold the idea of the American dream. You go to school, meaning going to college. You take out a bunch of money for college to get a good job just to pay for school, all right? Which is why a lot of the younger generations, I myself included, before I came into the truth, I was like, man, fuck college. All right, whatever I needed to learn, the internet could damn near teach you, And, they weren't pushing in school. I mean, they were, but they should have pushed more of, like, having trades, man. Plumbing, electricians, different trades like that, man. Construction, culinary, things that can actually, prove value instead of sitting in the damn office desk job, The only ones that really needed to go to college for real was, those that were trying to be doctors and lawyers, and everybody else. You're going to get degrees in communications, degrees in this, degrees in that, not even using your degrees, especially, this is really going to target these women because we're going to pull out some statistics showing that, women own the most student loan debt. So they about to be in a damn bind, man. And this is going to be a trickle effect, like I said, because once people have to start paying back their student loans, and if they're not paying it, it just collects interest. So they're never going to get out of that debt cycle, whatnot. But it's going to, start making, they're either going to get behind on student loans or they're going to start getting behind on rent and bills and mortgage payments, man, which is overall going to start, hey, it's going to do something to the economy. People's spending is going to decrease because they got bills to pay, man. You were off the hook for the last 3 years. All right, but just like Esau being the devil that he is, that's why the scripture say never trust thine enemy. He said, hey, Biden said he was going to try to, forgive your student loans or whatnot. But guess what? He wasn't able to do it. Now you got to fucking pay it back. So actually, I'm going to start with this video right here. It's about 5 minutes long, but it gives a lot of good information. You're going to see examples of people that, in the situations that they're in. One guy, he owned like $245,000 in student loan debt, man. You ain't never paying that shit back. But check this out.
I believe the court's decision to strike down my student debt relief program was a mistake, was wrong. What I did, I thought was appropriate and was able to be done and would get done. I didn't give bars false hope, but the Republicans snatched away the hope.
That was President.
That's like it. See, these damn politicians, man, they so full of shit. Just like this whole government shutdown thing. They try to say, it was the Republicans or it was the Democrats, and you even got the president, buying into the, pretty much spewing that bullshit when we know that they're two horns of the same damn animal, man, the same beast. Let me see. real quick, this is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 11. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." And that's referring to this system, mainly, in America, Babylon the Great, but this wasn't the first place it was adopted. All right, this was first erected during the Roman Empire. All right, where you had a Caesar, which would be like a president today, that short-term monarch, right? But you had also, as far as parliament or the government, you had two sides. You had the plebeians and you had the patricians. Those are today the Democrats and the Republicans. All right, the plebeians, pretty much benefited more, was the equivalent of the Democrats, more toward the poor, more than likely Jake, and then the patricians were your Republicans, your conservatives. All right, so they always try to say, oh, it was their fault, and they make people pick sides, but the scriptures say that they spake as a dragon. They all speak on one accord as far as passing unlawful decrees, man. Right? And actually, let's go ahead and grab that real quick. Speaking as a dragon. This is Isaiah chapter 10. Unrighteous decrees. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. All right, and that's definitely within this government. And that write grievances which they have prescribed. So woe unto them. Esau be coming out with a whole bunch of bullshit, whether it's the left or the right. They're all on one accord, man. They speaking as a dragon as far as those draconian measures, man. So that's the first,
Biden after the Supreme Court struck down his plan to wipe out more than $400 million in federal student loans. It was a blow to the president and to millions of borrowers who were counting on their loans to be forgiven. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze spoke to borrowers who now must begin making payments again after a 3-year pause.
Whoa. For Sarah Wood's family of 4 in Denver, the 3-year pause on federal student loan payments was a rare financial reprieve.
It was a huge, huge relief. Apples and peanut butter.
With her $440 in monthly student debt payments on hold, Wood started putting aside savings for her twin daughter's education.
My husband and I.
Wow. So they're gonna put that. She's saving up to put her daughters through the same system, which we ain't. Her daughters ain't gonna grow up here, but putting her children through the same system that she, that show you, man, these people are fucking retarded. You gonna pretty much set your kids up to be in the same system that's got you in a chokehold, that's got you a forever debt slave, man. Okay, because that's what slavery transferred to. It went from privatized slavery to federal slavery. Student loan debt can't be forgiven. You can't file for bankruptcy. You can't default on that like you could a mortgage or something like that. All right, that student loan debt sticks to you, and that's why it's so important, because a lot of the middle class, which Esau's main plan is to diminish the middle class, this is definitely gonna do that, man. You're gonna hear some of the numbers of how much these people owe.
Sat down with us both on a payment pause. It's like, let's put whatever we can towards our daughter's 529s.
Her hope?
Interest is 7.65.
That her daughters won't be burdened with student debt like hers, totaling more than $180,000.
$180,000 in student loan debt. Salakia. 180-something thousand in student loan. That's fucking absurd, man. You ain't never paying that shit. You ain't never gonna get a. And that show you, hey, once again, that American dream, it was bullshit, man. All right, it's got you people snared and trapped up. You were sold a dream. A lot of these women, you can be a college educated woman, yada yada. All right, but that shit's so obsolete because everybody got a damn degree now, man. Everybody got a degree. That's not what's making you different. And a lot of you people got sent home. You got to realize that your job could be replaced, man. You realize your job could be replaced. That's why if you are going to have a career or some shit, it's better to do something as far as, a trade to be able to provide value, not just sit behind a damn office chair, man, or an office desk.
Mean to you?
It's the thing that I am probably the most ashamed of in my life. We have to think of and we have to budget for every day, and we have to budget for the future consequences of this loan. every single day.
Now, with payments due, Wood says she will forego saving for her daughter's future education fund to pay off her own.
You need to live in a house, you need to pay groceries, you need to eat. And then from there on, you kind of have to figure out where to skimp and save.
It's a harsh reality for 28 million borrowers like Wood. The government's years-long pandemic freeze on student loan payments ends today. The average federal student loan borrower owes more than $37,000 in debt. And for borrowers with a master's degree, it's nearly $92,000.
Well, it's not great.
Economist Mark Zandi says the restart of these payments will add to the financial stress borrowers are already feeling with inflation.
I think for most student loan borrowers, what it means is that they got to make some hard choices.
I really want stability for us.
33-year-old Michael Lopez in Anaheim, California is a first-generation college graduate who went on to get his master's in social work and now owes about $240,000 in student debt. He says the freeze on payments opened up an avenue to another major first in his family.
And this is your house.
Buying a home with his wife, a baby now on the way.
I don't know if we'll ever own a home. And the fact that we were able to do that because
Michael Lopez, he a Northern Kingdom, man. You bought into the American dream, and now your ass, they about to say how much he owe.
the pause was just mind-blowing.
Lopez followed every twist and turn of the pause, hoping it could lead to broader student debt reform.
I've become more plugged into politics than I ever have in my life.
As a presidential candidate, Joe Biden pledged he would cancel thousands of dollars in student debt, eventually following through a year and a half into his term.
Using the authority Congress granted the Department of Education, we will forgive $10,000 in outstanding federal student loans.
But 10 months later, the Supreme Court struck down the plan, leaving Lopez and millions of borrowers like him disappointed.
Do you feel like President Biden let you down?
In some ways, yes. I also recognize nobody's perfect. You can't get it 100% right. But that's also why, he's the president. That responsibility is on his shoulders.
Critics of loan forgiveness, especially with student debt, say so many Americans had to pay their own debt. Why should this generation be any different?
Yes, there are folks who have worked for it and were able to pay. Mind you, some of those folks paid a lot less than what we're paying these days. But that's a privilege to be able to do that, right?
After the Supreme Court's decision, with loans still scheduled to restart this fall, the president launched a narrower Plan B. He directed the Education Department to try to cancel debt through a different law, established a one-year grace period for borrowers who miss payments, and rolled out a new plan that could lower people's monthly payments. But Lopez and Wood say those backup plans aren't broad enough to affect them, and their debt will still be looming large at the ballot box.
Is student loan debt an issue that you will vote on in the 2024 election?
Absolutely. It's essentially one of the major issues of our generation and of our time.
For This Week, Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
Thanks to Elizabeth for...
All right. So as you saw that, you got, a couple of examples of people, and these people supposed to be well off, showing you that it's really not no, damn difference, man. These people went to school, to get so-called higher education and shit, but nobody taught these people about how debt works and basic finances, man. All right, it was a whole damn scam. You got to understand, okay, because when they go and get this money to pay for school, first of all, why the school cost that fucking much? But second of all, they go and get this money for school and not even understanding how compound interest works, man. Same thing with car payments, same thing with mortgages. They don't consider these things, right? So, and hey, it's possible Esau could be setting up these people, gonna have to pay this student loan debt, and then they could get it relieved if they buy into the system, man. If they bow down, worship the beast, and receive the mark, the MOTB. It was, hey, we'll forgive your student loan debt, and people are gonna flock to that shit, man. Hey, so we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We're walking circumspect, but I wanted to bring this out right here, all right, because it's gonna affect women more than men, right? So let's get this right here. This is from educationdata.org, so you can look up this information. It says student loan payments by sex, right? Meaning men and women. showing you that they only acknowledge it to be two. So where this whole 52 damn genders come from. But anyway, it says 12 years after college graduation, white men have paid off up to 44% of their student loan debt, while white women have only paid off 28%. Black women, on the other hand, see their loan debt increase due to additional incurred costs, up to 13% over 12 years, compared to black men who see 11% more debt on average. At 24%, each men and women are equally as likely to pay more than $350 per month. See that? Women borrow roughly 10% more federal student loans than men and pay them back at the lower amount per month than men as well. So they not really they trying to get over on somebody. You know? They trying to get over. See, they're taking out more, but they're paying out less a month because they're still trying to fund a lifestyle, right? Instead of actually paying down that debt, then they want somebody to come and save their ass. You know, these women about to be in a bind. It's women also borrow 4% more private student loans than men and pay them back slower than men over time. All right, let's go down. It says women owe a disproportionately high amount of the student loan debt, but women are also more likely to have higher amounts of debt. Some of this is likely due to the fact that female bachelor degrees holders are paid 70%. Man, that's bullshit. I don't want to hear that shit. That's bullshit. It says females are more likely to obtain student loans for themselves. $929 billion in student loan debt belongs to women. Women hold 66% of all student loan debt, so they got the majority. 41% of women undergraduates take out student loans compared to 35% of male undergrads. Women take an additional 2 years on average to pay off student loan debts. Here we go. For Eve, black women have the highest amount of debt, highest average amount of debt. So hey, Eve, you didn't fully bought into the system, and your ass, see, it's gonna affect you really the most because you got to pay it back now. You probably been taking that extra money instead of saving it. Although these other two examples we saw in that video were saying they, one started taking that money and putting it toward their children, and the other one, went and bought a house. The other dude went and bought a house. What you think damn Eve was doing? By, taking trips instead of paying her, because she trusted in Daddy Esau and thought that, her student loan debt was going to be forgiven, but no. So it says Asian women have the lowest amount of student loan debt, so it's going into that. But that's pretty much what I wanted to grab out of that, So when we go into those scriptures, rise up, you women that are at ease. These were women that are at ease, all right? And now that vintage is going to fail. Thus said the scriptures, all right? In more ways than one. You getting your damn WIC and your food stamps threatened. Now you got to pay back student loan debt. You already don't want to have a man, So it's looking bad for you damn people, man. You people in general, but mainly for you damn women, man. But I want to get this. Isaiah 24. And this is Isaiah chapter 24 and verse, I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the heart ceases. So all you people that were rejoicing, I got my degree, because they make that shit a celebration when you go get your damn degree. But really, you ball and change your ass to Esau's system for the rest of your life. Which we know America not about to go on much longer, but these people don't know and understand that. It says they shall not drink wine with a song, and strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up that no man may come in. There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. Okay, the mirth of the land is gone, man. All right, it's time to pay the piper. You got eviction moratoriums being up. You got student loans you got to pay back. All right, like I said, you getting your WIC and your food stamps threatened. Being held in the balance by these politicians that's not going to miss their paychecks. All right, they still going to get paid, which is all the more reason why you shouldn't trust in this system, man. We just saw the numbers. Don't try to argue with me. All right, you so-called black women. All right, you take out the most you own the most student loan debt. all right, you take out the most student loans, all right, for you women, and Eve take out the most and pay that shit back the slowest, man. You know? So, hey, these women about to be in a bind. All right, they ain't about to be living too good soon come, man. And we love to see it. We love to see it. So I just want to share that information. Lord willing was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.